Welcome to the Talking Diaries podcast featuring Dr. Louis Koster with John Kremer.
A little later in your diary, you actually talk about, you ask yourself the question, how do I wrestle myself out of the grip of thinking? And you say, there's something available in the process of letting be that lets me wrestle out of the thought and land in a place of being.
Yes.
And then you added a really nice sort of sentence. You said, I am determined to identify this process. And I think, at least at this point in your diary, you were still working on identifying that process.
Yes.
Have you now identified it?
I think I've got more of an understanding of the dynamic of this process of allowing, or what arises in my consciousness, leading to a place where I have a sense that I'm in touch with my true being, that where I can be myself. That is to say, I'm starting to see the paradox that the thinking is creating when I bring unassumed attention to the thinking. I now see the paradox of it. At the same time, the deceptive nature of the thinking, that so more or less it tells me that something needs to be solved or something needs to be given attention to. When it poses me with a problem, or when there's just a compelling thought, or there's a thought that creates a sense of urgency, I'm talking about these kind of thoughts, often thoughts that we wake up with in the morning. And to realize that in fact my engagement to respond to the siren song of the mind, of the thinking, that actually keeps me more stuck into it. Like it's part of the entrapment of the mind. And where true salvation is found is in mustering the courage to just let it be and to experience exactly what arises in the moment that it arises as it is, which then has attention that is divided by the arising of the thinking, then return to a place where it is undivided. I'm just there. And I return to a place of awareness of being, which is what this is all about. This conversation is all about, is how to be yourself.
You have an interesting way of saying it at one point in your diary. You say, I am bringing the mind to the court of awareness.
Yes.
I'm exposing the mind to the light of awareness. I have been conned by the mind all of my life, treating what it dishes out in my consciousness as my reality. But now you're exposing the mind to the light of awareness, which I presume by that you mean the light of your true being.
Yes.
I think it's kind of fun to think of it as you're bringing the mind to the court of awareness, because it's sort of like you're going, you've been a bad boy. I'm going to have you judged. But
Oh,
it's not
absolutely.
it's not the kind
Absolutely.
of judgment of of what we think of as judgment.
Oh, absolutely. There's a level of pissed offness in me, in like how well, actually, how I've been called by its name, how I've been conned by the mind, wasted parts of my life being engaged in things that I thought, well, by lack of awareness, so to speak, that they were important, that I had to take action on, and it is, the thinking at times can be very compelling. And so to be able to see through that is, well, that is a gift. That is a gift of life. That is where there is the possibility of being yourself. Yeah, that is what I'm speaking to here.
Thank you for listening to the Talking Diaries podcast featuring Dr. Louis Koster. For more information, check out louiskoster.com/Talking Diaries and subscribe to the Talking Diaries YouTube channel. Also, check out louiskoster.com/quiz and take the free quiz to discover more about yourself.